Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Gushin Garland and you're watching Firstpost. In the next few minutes, I get you the top 40 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. First up from Europe, France's Marine Le Pen has been banned from political office for the next 5 years. This after the French far-right leader was convicted of embezzling European Union funds. A Paris court sentenced her to 4 years in prison and fined her for $108,000. Her National Rally Party was also fined for $2.16 million. Now, since Marine Le Pen's conviction, several leaders across countries have reacted to the verdict. US President Donald Trump has called Le Pen's conviction a very big deal, while billionaire Elon Musk said that when the left can't win via votes, they abuse the legal system. And the Kremlin declared that more countries from Europe are moving away from democracy. In the US, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to tackle ticket scalping. The order seeks to protect fans from overcharging in live entertainment ticket resales. Musician Kid Rock joined Trump as he signed the order in the White House. Donald Trump said there is communication with Kim Jong-un. The US president lauded the North Korean leader as a very smart guy and added that his administration will probably do something to engage the nation. Donald Trump has said he wants Russian President Vladimir Putin to follow through and strike a truce deal with Ukraine. He added that he wants to avoid secondary tariffs on the buyers of Russian oil. Remarks came a day after Trump lashed out at Russia and Ukraine for peace deal deadlock. In West Asia, the Israeli army dismantled 1-kilometre-long Hamas tunnel in northern Gaza. The Israeli forces also released a video of its attack. The strike followed the resumption of Israeli military operations in Gaza after the first phase of the ceasefire ended. Israeli protesters took to the streets yesterday to protest against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu-led government. The protesters called for release of remaining Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. However, scuffles broke out between the police and demonstrators amid the protests, leading to a chaos. In Asia, tensions escalated near Taiwan as 10 Chinese military vessels reportedly approached the island's adjoining zone. The incident occurred as China announced its military drills around the island. China called these drills a warning against Taiwanese independence efforts. And in a recent surge of vandalism against Elon Musk's Tesla vehicles across countries, a fire destroyed at least 17 cars at a Tesla dealership in Rome overnight. Billionaire Elon Musk described the act as terrorism. Meanwhile, in Berlin, protesters sprayed blue paint on a Tesla dealership. This was to protest his support for the German far-right party Alternative for Germany. SpaceX launched the first human spaceflight to orbit over Earth's polar regions. The privately funded orbital mission features 4 astronauts. The 5-day polar mission, led by crypto entrepreneur Chun Wang, will study Earth's poles through 22 experiments. Moving to climate news now, severe storms struck the Greece's Paros and Mykonos island, causing floods. Paros saw floods waters sweep through towns that damaged property and cars. At least 13 people were rescued by firefighters. Mykonos, in contrast, faced milder flooding affecting seafront cafes and roads. German firm Dryad Networks is testing an AI-powered drone for wildfire detection. The drone uses AI and sensors to locate fires quickly. It provides infrared imagery to help firefighters manage wildfires. The European Union has invested $4.1 million in the project. India is bracing for an unusually hot April. Above normal temperatures are expected across most regions. India's Weather Bureau warns of more heat waves in the coming days. Heat waves are expected to last for 10 to 12 days in states like Odisha, Bihar and West Bengal. Central California is grappling with a fast-moving wildfire. The blaze has charred over 1,500 acres of land already. Multiple counties in California have been evacuated as a result. In 2025, California has seen 545 wildfires. Over 16,000 structures have been destroyed and 29 people have been killed. Brazil's state oil firm Petrobras and development bank BNDES has launched a new program. This project is to restore the Amazon forest. It will support tree planting by buying carbon credits and offering cheap loans. In the first phase, $78 million will be used to replant 15,000 hectares of land. On to business and tech news now. The countdown for Donald Trump's Liberation Day begins. Starting tomorrow, which is April 2, a new era of US trade policy will commence. Trump's sweeping tariffs on imported goods, which include a 25% tariff on all foreign-made vehicles and car parts, will come into effect. This has raised fears of a recession in the US and a global trade war. And amid rising concerns over inflation, gold prices hit a record high, with investors rallying to the safe haven asset. Spot gold was up by 0.6% to over $3,143 an ounce. In the earlier session, it reached an all-time high of $3,148.88 per ounce. Meanwhile, US gold futures rose by 0.6% to over $3,169 per ounce. European shares tumbled yesterday as Trump's sweeping tariffs loom large. The pan-European stock 600 index fell by 1.2%, while the benchmark index in Germany dropped by 1%. France's benchmark index was down by 1.2%. In India, Sensex crashed 1,300 points, while Nifty traded below 23,200 points in the opening session. This as Trump's tariffs spooked investors across the globe. Meanwhile, South Korean automaker Hyundai has warned its US dealers of a possible price hike. The company's CEO said that the current pricing is not guaranteed and could change after April 2, adding the tariffs are not easy. Boeing has reportedly slowed down the production of its 737 MAX airplane to 31 units per month. The plane maker's Washington factory has briefly reached the rate of producing 38 planes in February. The company reportedly pulled back production to 31 planes after unfinished assembly tasks spiked in wing production. TG Natural Resources is reportedly set to buy a 70% stake in East Texas gas assets for $525 million. The purchase from Chevron comes as the company is co-owned by Tokyo Gas, and Castleton Commodities International looks to expand its US gas business. A US bankruptcy judge has rejected Johnson & Johnson's $10 billion settlement proposal. The proposal was to end tens of thousands of cases accusing the company's baby powder and other talc products of causing ovarian cancer. J&G offered to resolve the lawsuits through a subsidiary company's bankruptcy. However, the judge said that the company did not belong in bankruptcy. Donald Trump has signed an executive order for the CHIPS Act program. The order directs setting up a new entity to take over the program and speed up corporate investments in the US. The act, signed by former President Biden, made $52.7 billion available in subsidies for semiconductor chips manufacturing and production. OpenAI has said that it would raise up to $40 billion in a new funding round led by SoftBank Group. The funding, at a post-money valuation of $300 billion, reportedly marks the largest private tech deal. The Japanese tech investment group said it agreed to fund OpenAI with $10 billion in mid-April, an additional $30 billion in December. The investment followed the AI firm's transition to for-profit by the end of the year. Moving to sports, we start with cricket. Mumbai beat Kolkata by 8 wickets in Wankhede Stadium. After taking the field, Mumbai bowled out Kolkata at just 116 runs with Ashwini Kumar's 4-wicket haul. The hosts chased down the total with 43 balls remaining after Ryan Rickelton's 62-run knock and Surya Kumar Yadav's 27-run inning of just 9 balls. Chennai all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja responded to the criticism meted out to the 5-time IPL winning team over its poor start in the ongoing edition of the league. Jadeja took to social media with a picture of himself and Mahendra Singh Dhoni to say, and I quote, "Things will change." Chennai have lost 2 of their 3 IPL matches so far. Injured New Zealand batter Mark Chapman will miss the second one-day international against Pakistan in Hamilton. The Kiwis named top-order batter Tim Seifert as the Chapman's replacement. Seifert joins the squad, followed by a memorable run against Pakistan in T20 series. The 30-year-old topped the run-scoring charts with 249 runs, averaging 62. Craig Brathwaite has stepped down as Test captain of the West Indies after 3 years in the role. The 32-year-old will hand over the captaincy to an as yet unnamed replacement. The replacement is set to be announced ahead of Australia's 3-match Test tour of the Caribbean in June and July. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim said Bruno Fernandes is quote-unquote not going anywhere this summer. Amorim's comment came after United captain was linked with a supposed move to Real Madrid. Fernandes has been United's standout player this season, scoring 16 goals in 44 matches, including 7 in the past 7 games. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta confirmed that star winger Bukayo Saka has recovered from his hamstring injury. Arteta confirmed that Saka is even in contention to play against Fulham in Premier League on Tuesday. The 23-year-old was injured in December during Arsenal's Premier League victory over Crystal Palace. Chelsea have reported a pre-tax profit over $166 million in the financial results for the year ending June 2024. The club credited the profit to the disposal of player registrations and the quote-unquote repositioning of their highly successful women's team. Aston Martin secures $162 million funding boost to tackle mounting losses and Trump tariffs. The luxury car maker arranged the funding after its chairman, Lawrence Stroll, acquired a part of company's Formula One stake. With this, Stroll's stake in Aston Martin's F1 team increases to approximately 33%. McLaren legend Lord George N. suffered what his family called a medical emergency. The 78-year-old will be stepping back from all public appearances while he recovers. The exact nature of the emergency for German icon, who raced 105 times in F1 from 1973 and 1982, has not been revealed. Two-time Olympic bronze medalist Manu Bhaker will lead a 43-member Indian shooting contingent at the Shooting World Cup in Buenos Aires. The Buenos Aires meet, which starts Thursday, will feature competitions in rifle, pistol and shotgun disciplines. The world event kickstarts the 2025 season for Indian shooters. And finally, to the world of showbiz, Shakira has expanded her 2025 World Tour concert. The Queen to Latin music has added 2 new shows in Mexico. This extends her number of shows on a single tour to 22, which is a record milestone. Shakira's performances in Mexico will be held in Mexico City and Guadalajara. Miley Cyrus has dropped 2 new songs, Prelude and Something Beautiful. Both songs are part of a new album that comes out on May 30. Prelude is a spoken word song with electronic music. Something Beautiful mixes rock music with soulful elements. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will release on June 4, 2027. It continues the story from Across the Spider-Verse's cliffhanger. It was originally set to release on March 29, 2024, but the movie faced delays due to production issues and strikes. Actor Sydney Sweeney is in talks to star with live-action Gundam movie. The film is being produced by Legendary Entertainment and Bandai Namco. The plot of the movie and Sweeney's role is still not known. Some of her recent works include Madame Web, Immaculate and Eden. And finally, South Korea actor Kim So-hyun denied dating late actress Kim Se-ron as a minor. He admitted that they dated, but only after she became an adult. The controversy arose after claims they were together in 2015. Luxury brands like Prada cut ties with him over the scandal. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Gulshin Galan and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed.